All right, Cody, we're live.
Hey.
Yes, welcome to another exciting episode of Waterfed Wednesday, where we go beyond the bucket and dive into the world of waterfed cleaning and answer your questions about equipment, process, etc., etc. Thanks for joining us. Today is February 19th, and this is our 19th episode. Today I have Cody Downs joining me. Cody is new to the Team Tucker here. Tucker waterfed sales and operates out of Texas remote, but he's here for some on-site training. Couple reminders as we let the audience build here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, all those kinds of social tagging things. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. So if you're following us, we greatly appreciate it. And let us know where you're watching from. Chime in. If you have questions for us, please let us know, and we'll try and get to those as we go here. And as a reminder, February is our filter promo, 20% off all filters and our high quality virgin resin. So let's get to it. Cody Downs. Yeah. Dallas, Texas, right? DFW?
DFW.
Yes, sir. Tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to joining us here at Tucker.
So I have 11 years experience with powerwash.com. I met so many people over the years. I've done so many things in the power washing industry, from soft wash systems, chemicals, pressure washing, you name it, I know it. Or at least I know the guy to ask if I don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was looking for something that was still in the same realm, but a little different, and I found it. And I've known about Tucker for years. Also, the Reach Higher Ground name. One time you were one of my customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I've also ran across you at the huge convention and a few shows out there. So it just made sense.
Cool. Yeah, and obviously, whenever we bring somebody on, especially like this, we do a lot of vetting, and it's very difficult to find anybody that does not love Cody, what he stands for. Everything was like, he helped me out of a jam here, he did this, above and beyond, all that kind of stuff. So that's obviously resonates really well with us, because that's what we're looking to do for our customer base. So pretty excited about that. And in your role, you are specifically working with our wholesale pressure washing accounts.
Yes.
Right? So the companies that we sell to, that resell the Tucker window cleaning stuff into the pressure washing world, be it C3 Skids or Ice and Wayne and those guys. Who else can we shout out?
There's so many.
Heath with Texas Pressure and all their locations. Absolute Chemical. Now I'm getting myself in trouble because I should name everybody. But this is Cody's job. He's their go-to now, and really kind of really cool scenario, because he speaks their language on the pressure wash side, which for me, I'm the window guy, I'm the pure water guy. I can come up with that kind of stuff, but kind of getting those things to really relate and work out together is what we're after. So excited to have Cody on board. What's your goal as being a resource for our customers, for your customers, in terms of kind of just being their go-to guy?
I want to bridge the gap that's been there for years of the window cleaning guy having a question for the power washing guy, or vice versa. I want to be able to translate between both, and it's my goal to make this part as one, however long it takes me to get to that point. So I'm really, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
It's for my guys out there that own shops, a window cleaner guy pulls up in the parking lot. The first thing that happens is you drop your head. Oh no, he's going to have 1,000 questions about chemical or whatnot, but they still push through and they do what they can. But sometimes it's going to be a lot better to have more knowledge, is where I'm getting at with that.
Yeah, no doubt. It's an interesting time in terms of like the convergence between the two, right? You got a lot of pressure washing companies that are adding on window cleaning because products like ours have made it so easy. You don't have to learn the squeegee. You don't have to go inside. The the water fed thing is just sort of like a super easy add-on. And then you've got window cleaning companies that are like, hey, you know, I wanna learn about pressure washing, which is where our dealer network really comes in, right? Talk to those guys about, you know, chemical, about systems, about skids, whatever it may be. And more we're having these scenarios where the skids are all in one, right? You've got the pressure washing, the soft washing, the window cleaning, all that stuff built in. So it's becoming more and more of a kind of an intersection between the two industries. You know, we're seeing that in the trade show world even, right? You've got the window booths, you've got the pressure washing booths, and all those things kind of in the same space. So what got you into pressure washing world when you started with those guys at powerwash.com? You know, were you a contractor? Were you right off the street, didn't kind of have that background? How did you get into it?
The only power washing I had was a little coin operated car wash behind my building that I live at. And that's about it.
Yeah.
I come from the call center world originally. I from wireless big name companies.
Sure.
And what I did is I posted on Facebook, kind of like what landed me here.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I'm looking for something. And a friend of mine I'd known since kindergarten said, hey, you should try this place. And I got in there and I was like, what am I thinking? But I was challenged. And then the next year I was challenged more. And then the next year until I just embraced it and could really take it and understand it. And I think I went as far as I could go, honestly, for 11 years. That's how I think I've really learned it within 6 years. But there's a lot about the power washing industry.
Yeah.
And to be able to be that buffer between window cleaning and power washing is definitely going to help us all, I think.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I can tell you have a thirst for knowledge. You're really kind of just soaking it all in and learning as much as you can. I'm going to do some shout outs here. We've got Nicolo north of Denver. Hey, thanks for being here. Jamie Hallman's in Michigan. Joshua is here local as well. Manny, what's up, buddy? And we got a question here. What's the best stick that does not bend to do residential only? So I would say, you know, in terms of, we're going to go a little off script here. Yeah. When you're looking for a pole, when it comes to residential, there's a few different options, right? You can go full carbon fiber, and that's going to be your stiffest pole, right? You're going to get the most performance out of that, but that's your top price point. And so when you're working, let's say below 30 feet, carbon fiber is kind of, it's nice to have, but it's a bit of overkill. And what I would say is if you're in that range of like 25 to 27 feet, the typical residential type property, look at the Tucker Bravo. The Bravo is what you call hybrid material, where it's got carbon fiber and fiberglass in each section. So the fiberglass is a lower price point, so it brings down the cost. You're going to get a little bit of a flex, but the price difference is astronomical. In fact, the Bravo is on sale right now for $299. So it's kind of a no-brainer in that space. So I would check out the Tucker Bravo. It's about a 27, 28 foot reach pole. So that's most residential. But beyond that, I would look at the Tucker 30, which is a full carbon fiber. That's going to have a lot more rigidity. And if it's in your budget, it's going to be better bang for your buck. So back to some questions for Cody here. What are common questions and misunderstandings between the power washing industry and the window cleaning world?
Understanding the importance of pure water on both sides, really. I think that one of the things that a lot of power washers didn't realize until they were in it later on, that their chemical just wasn't getting activated. There's something wrong with it. Well, I added so much and it never got activated. And then they learned, well, they had hard water or issues, water quality issues. And then they ended up getting a system to be able to fix that, and they had stronger chemical. What was the other question?
Well, just all in one, but I think this ties into an interesting conversation I was having with Carlos this morning with EBC. Another just, there's probably 5 to 10 people in this industry that I'm like, these are top notch human beings outside of the fact that they're in my business circles. But, Carlos and I were chatting about this idea of pure water and chemical just this morning. And, when any of these companies are making chemical, they're starting with ultra pure water, they're blending their chemical. And then as you introduce that chemical to tap water or water with impurities, what happens is you just degrade the ability of that chemical to do its job instantly. So we're finding more and more pressure washing companies are building in our systems onto their skids, into their day-to-day applications, because they want to be able to clean with pure water regardless of what they're doing. It's not just windows. It's not just, surfaces that you can see spots on. But, if you go out and you're cleaning with pure water and you're using any chemical, it's going to perform better than any other scenario where you don't have pure water. And this is something that's beginning to get more and more in the forefront. I think back to a conversation I had with Tim Hazelton, the proprietor of the Proportioner, right? Years and years ago when he came out with that and the boost pumps and all this stuff. We used to run in the same circles in the pressure wash industry for trade shows. And he and I chatted probably over a glass of whiskey or something one night. And it was kind of that same kind of discussion, right? It's like, he was like, we got to find a way to get all this Apple wash and stuff to kind of, work at its optimum. And the answer was always pure water. And the industry is just, it's coming around to that, right? And it's understanding that, and it's being willing to make that investment. But as you see skids roll off the floor at various manufacturers, and they're more and more, they have pure water in. Tim Cray's another one, expert out in Oregon. Yeah. I got to try and remember some more of these so I can shout them out as I did that earlier. So I think that's a bit of the bridge of the gap, is the pure water thing, right? It's common to both of us. So that's an interesting place to be right now. It's not just an add-on to the skid for window cleaning. It's more than that. And so I think that's the message that's starting to get out there. We got a few more shout outs here. My buddy, Peter Cruz down in New Mexico. Big shout out to Peter. Sun Clear. What's up, guys? Triton Cleaning. We got Ontario Exterior. I saw Wow Windows earlier. So thanks for joining us, and we appreciate you guys chiming in. Please, if you've got questions for myself or Cody, window or pressure related, throw them out. A bit of a toss up here, Cody. Why should power washers consider the Tucker brand?
Ooh, why not? For me, Tucker was the one. That was the one. Just the brand, the name, it pops for one. If you're walking into a shop, it's right there. When I didn't know anything about other than just the name, and the company I worked for was getting more involved in the Tucker, and I was noticing that the customer service was top notch. I noticed I was training a little bit on the pressure washing side to the guy helping me out at the time. And I just always enjoyed our conversations. And I was starting to grow selling Tucker products there. And I could see also when window cleaners would come into the location, they would ask about Tucker. I heard Tucker more than I heard anything else. And I've known about Tucker probably, I'd say all 11 years that I've been doing pressure washing. We weren't really deep into selling window cleaning, but when I was around it, Tucker was just always heard. It's just a great, and now that I'm here, these are the nicest people. They have, every time they say hi to me, even if it's an email, good morning, how are you doing? Hey, brother. I haven't felt this happy in many years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's great.
Yeah, we got a great group here. There's a really good culture here. It's, I hammer this all the time. It's like, if you got to go to work, you might as well go to work with people that you love and all be trying to accomplish something very cool and amazing. And, again, that vetting that went on before I as the visionary in the organization that I am, right? I mean, that's my key role at this point, is to really kind of see where the piece is, what are we going to do next, all that kind of stuff. When I saw you post that you were looking for an opportunity, I had already kind of decided in my head that this is what we were going to do, right? There was another individual that kind of got away from me not too long ago, and I wasn't going to let that happen again. Definitely a different role within the organization, but still watching him, and he's going to end up here. But the thing for me is, you see people in the way that they work, and you understand that they're legitimately trying to make things better for their customers, and that's what I saw with you. And that was what the feedback was from the people that I reached out to, that might have been a reference on your resume, or might have just been someone that when you said, "Hey, I'm looking for work," was like, "What? How could you be looking for?" Right? That was across the board. So I knew from a culture standpoint it would really click. Pane in the Glass Window Washing LLC. I love buying your products. It's amazing stuff. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Thanks for your business. It's obviously the fuel that keeps things going here. Next question, Cody. What is your superpower?
My curse that I have of wanting to know everything about everything. I want the meat and potatoes first, and then I want all the details behind that. How can it benefit everybody else? And the other superpower to that is trying to simplify. I've been working on that for many years, just trying to summarize. Sometimes I can be over detailed when it comes, especially if you're talking technical. So just summarizing, but having the right explanation and troubleshooting. I've gotten my troubleshooting down for power washing, if it's not anything major, down to probably about 2.5 to 3 minutes. If it's major, I may need, a little bit more time to think, or may have to get a resource for it. I want to be like that for this side, for Tucker. And I don't know, just having that answer. That's just always been, well, ask Cody, or hey Cody. That's what I was saying in my interview, is that's my other name.
Yeah, hey Cody. Yeah.
And if you know me, you know that you've probably said that to me more than once with a question behind that. So this is great, and this is a great opportunity to say hello to all the people that missed me for the last few months or so.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I think you shared with me that one of the things that you do is when you're interested in a subject, you hyper figure it out, right? It's just like until you're done, right? Yeah. And I think there was a few things you shared, but one of them is guitar, right? You play guitar?
I started off with playing drums.
Okay.
No, let me back up. Piano, then drums, then guitar. And I played in a few metal bands.
Yeah.
Heavy, aggressive. You wouldn't believe it by looking at me, but death metal type stuff. Hardcore, hardcore punk. Heavy stuff. And I still do that. This Saturday, I'll be doing some guest vocals, or maybe permanent vocals, for a death metal band. So we'll see how that works.
Very cool. Very cool. Are there other subjects like that, hobbies, stuff like that you're really passionate about, that you're into outside of working?
Yeah. On going back to guitars, is I wanted to learn how to play, but I didn't want to play anybody else's stuff. I got bored with that, and then I just started taking the guitars apart and then sanding them down, catching them on fire, and then staining over the fire burns.
Wow.
And I've over the years, I've done one with whiskey, just stain it with whiskey.
Yeah.
Then catch it on fire.
The finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Stuff. Yeah. All right. So let's talk industry events. What shows over the years in the pressure washing world have you done?
PWNA, the original PWRA, huge convention.
Okay, right.
NOLA events.
Yeah.
Then the special NOLA events. I've done ICECA, which is International Kitchen Exhaust Cleaning Association.
Okay.
There's so many.
Yeah. Huge. I think you said huge.
Yeah.
PWNA, I'm trying to remember when the PWNA is. It's usually in Orlando. Somebody throw me a bone if you know.
Reno this year.
Oh, it's in Reno, but do we know when?
No. I think after the huge.
After the huge, which is in August. So maybe October timeframe.
Yeah.
PWNA I always really enjoy because for me it's akin to the IWCA in the window cleaning world. They've got a lot of safety and educational stuff, right? It's not just product related. It's not just go and get educated on tools, but really kind of get educated on safety. And Mike Draper, I think, is heavily involved in their safety training at this point. Alex is chiming in. Usually October. There's some info there on the screen. It's in September, so it's before I thought it was.
Oh.
So big shout out to the PWNA. I don't think we have a booth or plans to go to that at this time, but things are kind of evolving now that we've got Cody on board and wanting to kind of support the pressure washing dealers and that world a little bit more than we had before, because it is a language, right? And as window cleaners, we're coming from a different place. And that's really kind of my background. That's Alex's background. Jamie, who's on the team and does sales, is window cleaning guy. And all of us, really window cleaning only, right? We don't have that crossover with that training. I mean, in Colorado, I'm sure there's a number of pressure washing companies, but it's not big business, right? It's a dusty, semi-arid climate. We don't have mold, mildew, so we're not trying to clean that up, right? It's not something you're seeing nearly as much as places where growth and algae and things are taking place. So, but we are going to be at the huge convention. Hopefully, Jamie will be there. Definitely want my guy Cody here to join us. That one is in August in Nashville. So if you haven't signed up or checked that one out, I think it's thehugeconvention.com. Check that out. And we're just coming off of the IWCA, which is the International Window Cleaning Association, which I've been a part of on and off for 15 plus years. I was on the board all those years ago. I'm back on the board now. And the IWCA just threw a heck of an event in Vegas at the Golden Nugget. A lot of energy in the window cleaning world. Again, an association that's really big into safety, so lots of safety training, really focused on the window cleaners getting home at the end of the day. And there's a lot going on from a safety aspect that we all need to keep in mind. We're running up against the clock here, Cody. Maybe we'll have another question or two thrown our way. But as we sort of wrap up here, anything that you would like to kind of just leave the audience with, whether it's about yourself, about sales, about how to get whatever it may be, something to kind of fill the last few minutes here. Any info that you might be able to unload on the folks here at the end here?
Not at all.
No, I love it.
No, going back about 6 months ago, a lot of changes happened in my family. A lot of things that I had no control over, and the one thing that pulled me out of that is Tucker. So,
that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
You.
I appreciate that. I
Thank
appreciate that.
The coolest thing. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I have family in Colorado. When I saw that Tucker was in Castle Rock, Colorado, I thought, okay, this is meant to be.
That's very cool.
Everything's just been great.
Very cool.
I worked with Shawn a few times, and it was always a great experience.
Yeah. Cody was my supplier for accumulators.
Yes.
I remember I got to get more accumulators. We're selling these smartwash systems. I can't keep up. And Cody was my guy for accumulators back in the day. We'd put the accumulator between the pump and the gun, and it would save the pumps from the head pressure and all that stuff. We don't build anything in that world anymore, but simple systems, we couldn't keep them on the shelf, single batch systems. And yeah, it's fun. It's interesting, you know, if you just stick around long enough, the circle just comes back around. Somehow you end up working with each other all over again. This is why I don't get tied up in too much of the drama that might be going on out in my world around me. My team knows, don't bring it to me. I don't want to know about it. I'm laser focused, because, you know, there's always that circle that comes back, and you get right back dealing with the same people all over again. So the other convention that I got turned on to, I think it was called the Home Expert Expo or something. All of these groups kind of are coming together to do one big show, and that one might be in the next week or so. Kurt Kempton with Responsibid and a bunch of these other guys. It's kind of like a home service, a lot of software companies. So check that one out if it's in your area. Just a lot of different things going on to educate us and kind of keep us passionate about our craft and our trade during the winter when we're slow, right? It's like, oh man, the phone's not, you know, all those kinds of things that give you that little bit of anxiety. Get out there, network with other people, learn more, really focus on growing your business, and keep the faith, because spring is coming, and before you know it, you won't be able to keep up. So as we wrap up here, I am instructed to say thanks for watching, subscribe, and don't forget to take advantage of our Filter February promo. Again, 20% off all filters and resin. You can also get these deals through all of our dealers in the dealer network. So just ask for them. Tell them Tucker sent you and you want to support them regionally. Please do. Find a Tucker dealer, support them, ask for us by name. So as we exit, I thank you, Cody, for joining me.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you.